So Sony just dropped their fiscal year 2024 financials, and the PS5 is doing just fine. The money's rolling in, and Sony just flexed harder than your gym bro after one set of curls. Let's break down the numbers and see why some people think that Sony's sales are going to start slowing down because of the price hikes. So Sony just dropped their fiscal year 2024 financials, and the game and network segment, which covers all things PlayStation, pulled in about $2.6 billion in sales. That's up 9% year-on-year. Why? Because third-party games and network services are carrying hard. Shout out to all the whales buying $20 skins in Fortnite and battle passes in Call of Duty. Even better, operating income hit about $803 million, which is a massive 43% jump from last year. That's right, almost double-digit billions just from gaming, and this happened despite PS5 hardware sales dropping and first-party games not going beast mode. Now for the tea leaves. Sony expects to keep climbing next year. They're forecasting around $239 billion in sales and about $420 million in operating income for the fiscal year ending March 2026. That's another 8% growth in sales and 16% more income. Even though they admit hardware sales will probably drop again, they're betting on stronger sales from both first-party and third-party games. Translation: they know you're going to buy that remaster of The Last of Us no matter how many times they release it. So how's the PS5 doing? 2.8 million PS5s were sold in the Jan through March quarter. That brings the total number of PS5s shipped to 77.7 million. That's not Switch numbers yet, which are sitting at a wild 152.12 million. But PS5s outsold the Switch by more than double this quarter. So if this were a boxing match, Nintendo's looking a little wobbly in round 12. For the full fiscal year, Sony shipped 18.5 million PS5s, beating their target of 18 million. That's called under-promise and over-deliver, baby. Let's talk games. During the last quarter, Sony sold 76.1 million units of PS4 and PS5 software. Out of that, 5.9 million were first-party titles. Over the full fiscal year, 303.3 million games were sold, including 28.9 million first-party games. That's a stupid amount of software. Somewhere, a Sony executive is probably swimming in gold coins like Scrooge McDuck. And let's not forget PlayStation Network. It hit 124 million monthly active users last quarter. That's 6 million more than last year, although down 5 million from the holiday rush. Still, that's more users than most countries have people. Now here's the funny part. Sony is printing money, beating expectations, selling millions of consoles and stacking game sales. And yet, people are saying their sales are going to slow down. Why? Because of the price increases. PlayStation increased their price of the PS5 earlier this year, and even though Sony's revenue is booming, some fans think that their sales are going to slow down. They're asking, why are you charging more when you're making billions? Sony's answer: because we can. Capitalism.exe is running smoothly. So to sum it all up, PS5 outsold Switch this quarter. Software sales are sky high, operating income went up 43%. Forecasts for next year are even higher. And yes, Sony is taking a massive W. Sure, hardware sales are slowing down, and yeah, they raised prices on services. But when you're raking in billions like a slot machine in Vegas, it's hard to argue with the results. If this is Sony in a slump, imagine when they actually drop some bangers again. So what do you think? Is Sony riding high, or is this all just smoke and mirrors? Drop your takes in the comments, and don't forget to like the video, subscribe to Rage Quit Report, and hit that bell so you don't miss the next video. This has been your gaming news breakdown. Now go touch some grass, or at least the DualSense.